G'day, just a quickie video today about our daily average block. I don't know, click on the subscribe button and I don't know, if you like, give the like button a bit of a fiddle. Does it still work? I don't know. Okay, so the daily average does pretty much what the name suggests. At 11:59 p.m. every day, this block will calculate an average for the day's data. We make it 11:59 so that the supervisor will have 60 seconds to gather a change of value, update its history, allowing the timestamp to fall in the correct day and not affect any reporting that you may be doing. So the block's got a few different slots. The enable slot pretty much does what you suggest. If it's on, it's working. You'll see the mode changes when it's in true at the 5-second boundary. If it's false, the elapsed time doesn't count up, the value doesn't change, but the remaining time still counts down to the end of the day. So currently there's 9 hours, 45 minutes until midnight or until the reset time. So that's how we can interpret that. Turn him back on again, let him carry on. So this is the yesterday average. This is yesterday's minimum value. This is yesterday's maximum value. And the slots down the bottom here, obviously the elapsed time is referenced to the sample, remaining hours, minutes, seconds until midnight, and the current minimum and maximum values recorded for today. If you wanted to, you could have an enable going into the enable, so it's only averaging when whatever you're monitoring is on. Yeah, you should be able to have an action to reset the totals if you want to. That will default everything back to a prior state. The only way to trick this into executing now would be to change the time on your controller or in your AppsTool to simulate the end of the day. Don't forget to set it to 11:58 so that when it hits 11:59, it will trigger its end of day calculation. Yeah, you can change the sample rate based on polling. So if you're using Modbus or BACnet and you've got your polling set up at 15 seconds, there's no point sampling every 5 seconds because obviously you will load your samples. You might as well marry those two things up so that it's sampling correctly. It will sample 0. So if you've got nothing plugged in, it can sample 0. But if you set this to null, that will be disregarded in the calculation. So if you wanted to, you could grab a numeric disable, put him in here, link it to the input, put your ever trusty ramp timer into the in slot, and you could have a audible boolean here, which would be your enable. So if you wanted to, you could use this to enable or disable from the daily calculation. The other option would be you could use this enable directly into this enable, which kind of does the same thing. Again, you can use this for averaging, yada, 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 to generate. So you can see this is moving quickly, but we're only sampling once every 5 seconds. So yeah, you can drop this down to 1 second minimum. You can increase it to whatever you like, once an hour if you wanted to. It's up to you. Manage that however you like. You can see this minimum changes as the minimum changes and the maximum changes. So yeah, it's a neat little block, depending on what you're trying to do. It's similar to our averager block. This averager block, you can set this up to run at a 24-hour interval if you wanted to, which would be very similar. But this one is easier to configure for a day. This one isn't really set up for that, but it will work. This one works specifically as a daily average. Actuator positions, temperatures, I don't know, flow rates, sort of whatever you want it to manage over a daily period. Easily done through this daily averager block. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, just a quickie. The block doesn't do a whole lot, but save you some time. Don't forget to set up your logs as a change of value, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.